And we've been on the edge of our seats all morning long. That is because crews are gearing up to explode. I don't know why I keep wanting to say implode, but they're going to explode the old Lake Barkley Bridge soon.
It's going to be quite a sight for people. They're lining up all along the lake right there. News Channel 5's Sophie Nielsen-Colding is there right now for us. And Sophie, this may impact people's traffic this morning. So what detour should they take?
I-24, you're going to have to self-detour. It's going to be a long one because you have to go all the way around the lake. But they are just waiting minutes away from this implosion. They're just waiting for the sign, which is going to be a white truck driving across. And then it's about 5 minutes out. So we're kind of, on the edge of our seats here waiting for that to happen. And then after that happens, they're going to need about 90 minutes to clean up because some of the debris from the old bridge might explode over onto the new bridge. And so they don't want that puncturing people's tires and so forth. So I think the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet spokesperson out here, Keith Todd, is actually getting the phone call right now that might signal 5 minutes away. We are waiting to hear that. So a big group of people out here excited to see the bridge come down. So I think he just said 15 minutes. We're just waiting to, it's all kind of fluid. So he just said 15 minutes away. So now you know, just getting that update live on the air as I was getting it, I'm passing it along to you. So we're going to try to have that live. I'm going to try to pop up a Facebook Live as well on the News Channel 5 page and on my page, Sophie Nielsen-Colding, NC5. So check back in with us and stay on the Plus channel for now. Live in Canton, Kentucky, Sophie Nielsen-Colding, News Channel 5.
Sophie, thank you. Today marks 1 week since 5-year-old Joe Clyde Daniels was reported missing, and the search for his body has now expanded to Hickman County. Now, this comes as Joe Clyde's parents, Joseph and Crystal Daniels, appeared in juvenile court. It was a juvenile probate court in Dixon yesterday afternoon, and this is regarding their other sons. Joe Clyde's 3- and 8-year-old brothers are currently being cared for by relatives. Joseph Daniels has been in custody since Saturday when deputies say he admitted to beating Joe Clyde to death and hiding the body in a remote area. And Crystal, the mother, was arrested Monday night. Investigators believe she was there when her son was killed and didn't tell anyone. Joseph is charged with homicide while Crystal is charged with aggravated child neglect. Now, both are in jail on a $1 million bond and are expected to appear in court again on Friday. You can download the News Channel 5 app for continued coverage, of course, on the murder of Joe Clyde Daniels and the ongoing search for his body. You could also join the conversation right now on our Facebook page. Just search News Channel 5 Nashville.
In just under an hour, early voting gets underway at nearly a dozen polling locations all around Nashville. And News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy is live at one of those polling locations in North Nashville for us this morning. Dan, transit is just one of the big issues on the ballot there.
Yeah, transit's the big one that we're looking at, but there's also a bunch of other races depending on whether you're picking up the Democratic ballot or the Republican ballot in this primary. There's going to be a number of different things you could vote for, including juvenile court clerk. And I have some news to pass along from overnight regarding that race. Thais Hunter, who was running, has decided to now withdraw from that race. Hunter, who is also serving in the Metro Nashville Public Schools Board of Education for District 6, has decided to stay in that role, saying, quote, "After deep reflection, I've decided that there is a greater need for me to remain on the Board of Education than there is for me to serve juvenile court clerk." So because it was so last minute, though, just coming hours before these polls open, you'll still see her name on the ballot, but just know that she has withdrawn. So, of course, transit is the other big thing we need to talk about, the $5.4 billion plan. You can now vote on officially in about an hour. And because it's such an ongoing big debate, we anticipate voter turnout could be huge come May 1st. That's why it's not a bad idea to vote early. It starts today and will run through Thursday, April 26th. Polls are going to be closed Sunday, but they'll be open every other day, and they're all going to be open, no matter what location, at 8 o'clock in the morning. There are 11 different locations, including the one here where I am at the Bordeaux Library. We have all those on newschannel5.com. Reporting live in Bordeaux, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
One of the biggest issues on the ballot is whether to fund that big transit plan. And now one council member says there are other ways to move around Music City without that plan. Councilman Robert Swope is pitching his own so-called intelligent transit plan. Instead of the proposed light rail system, this one focuses on autonomous vehicles, including train-like buses that operate on dedicated lanes. The CEO of the company that makes the vehicles says their plan could be in place within 3 years. As for the price tag of that, backers claim it would be around $1.5 billion. Now compare that to the nearly $5.5 billion Let's Move is proposing for its plan. Either way, it's up to the voters. If you want to learn more about the transit plan that's on the ballot, we have information on our website so you can be informed before you head out to the polls.
We want to make sure that you're still aware of this. That silver alert we told you about yesterday is still active. 81-year-old Jack Linham still has not been found. He was last seen leaving his home on Fain Street Monday night. He was on his way to Southern Hills. He drives a burgundy Ford Escape. If you see him, give police a call. And happening today, it is a measure that could change alcohol sales for us forever. This morning at 8:30, the Senate will vote on whether to allow liquor and wine sales on Sunday. Now, if this is approved, Tennessee is going to join about 40 other states that have repealed the no liquor sales on Sunday law. So, all right, stay tuned for that.
Well, Nashville Predators fans are some of the best in the world. We know that, and they've stuck by the guys' side all through thick and thin.
But the guys in gold have done it again this season. Music City ready to show their fang fingers.
Whether you've been a fan for 20 years, 10 years, or just a few months, it's like Christmas Eve, the day before your birthday, 4th of July, whatever gets you excited.
The Nashville Predators announced plaza parties are going to be held for their Stanley Cup run. Starting tomorrow, the viewing parties will begin 3 hours before the puck drops at Bridgestone Plaza and Walk of Fame Park. Now, if you can't make it out to one of those watch parties, make sure you tune in Thursday for the Quest for the Cup special. The Channel 5 sports team is going to take a look at that first round action as the Preds get ready to take on the Colorado Avalanche at Bridgestone. That's tomorrow night at 6:30 right here on News Channel 5.